Hi Michira, I have 50,000 Kenya shillings and I don't know which business idea to pursue. This was the question that was asked on one of the comment section on my videos, and I've decided to use this video to answer to you. Hello, welcome once again to Yale Podcast, Youth, Entrepreneurship and Leadership. And if you are new here, I am Michira Mora Sylvia, founder of Yale and also creative entrepreneur and creative founder of SM Collectives that deals with art, handmade bags, and handmade carpets. And today, I'm going to share with you the blueprint to starting, establishing, and making your business a success from as low as 50,000 Kenya shillings. But before I do that, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly hit the subscribe button below and also follow me on all my social media platforms at Michira Sylvia on Instagram and also on TikTok. When I saw this question on the comment section, I thought to myself, there's so many business ideas that you can start with as low as 50,000 Kenya shillings. But today I'm going to give you the blueprint, and by the end of this video, you'll know which business idea you want to pursue. But the first question you have to ask yourself is, what does a business mean to you? I know this is a cliche question that you have heard so many times on this podcast, but this critical question has to be taken into so much consideration, because what might be a business to you might be to someone else just self-employment. So ask yourself, is a business just something that you want to make money out of it, or you want to make an impact or solve a solution in the market? The second question that you need to ask yourself is, who is your target market and where are they located? You have to have a mental picture of your ideal customer. You have to understand what is their demographic. What is their age group? Are they children? Are they teenage? Are they young adults? Are they, college students? Are they working class people, old people? You have to understand their income level and also their purchasing behavior. And the third question you have to ask yourself is, where are they located? Are they in an urban setting or in a rural setting? If they are in an urban setting, I want to think of it like this. In an urban setting, there's very large population, there's diverse market. So definitely one of the perks is there's going to be high demand for your products and your services. But the drawback for this is there's going to be very stiff competition, especially if you're located in Nairobi, which is a metropolitan city. So you have to have significant differentiation for your product or your services before you break into the market. And when the odds are your clients are located in a rural setting, one of the perks is this: they are going to have a very unique opportunity to dominate the market because definitely there's no competition. But one of the drawbacks is also this, that there's going to be low demand for your products and your services because definitely in a rural setting there's low market. And the fourth question that you need to ask yourself is, what is the cost of operation? What is the cost of running that business? Think about rent, the utilities, the wages, and also the operational expenses. In the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, 2 years, or even for the long term, do you have the cost of running that business? If it is in a rural setting, definitely there's going to be low rent, low wages, low utilities, and also low operational cost. But this most of the time is often offset by the low demand for your products and your services. And if it happens that you are in an urban setting, think about it, because it is going to critically impact your profitability because there's going to be high rent, high wages, high utilities, and high cost of operation. So you definitely have to ask yourself, what is the cost of running this business idea? And lastly, you have to ask yourself, how accessible is my product or your services? Do you have well infrastructured wherever you're positioning your business idea? Because there have to be roads that your clients are going to come to you. So let me draw near to you. What is the factor that you need to consider? What is the blueprint for starting a business establishing a business and making it a success wherever you are across the globe. The first factor that you need to consider is the market need. You need to identify a need or a specific niche that is underserved in that area. You need to identify an unmet gap that your business idea is going to address. I want you to think about the following scenarios. It is either you're entering an existing market with already existing products and services. Whatever you want to develop or whatever you want to show to the market already exists. So there has to be significant differentiation for what you have to offer. Think about it like this. If you want to start a salon business, there are already salon businesses that are available, right? If you want to start a smocha business, there are already smocha business, right? If you want to start maybe a food business, there already exists so many food business. So what is your business idea going to address? The second scenario is, it is either you're introducing a new product or a new service to an already existing market and are going to think, oh, this is a new kid on the block. They didn't know that they needed that product or that service. So you have to identify something that is underserved in that area. The third scenario you need to consider is, it is either you are introducing an already existing product or services to a new market that is maybe in a rural setting. So that product already exists, but in that area it has not been served. And lastly, the last scenario is, it is either you're introducing a new product or a new service to a new market. So here you have a very unique opportunity to dominate in the market because definitely there is no competition. So think about those scenarios. Either you're expanding your business or franchising. In all these scenarios, you need to identify something that is underserved in that area. It is very crucial for you to understand a customer pain point and use it as a reference for developing a product or a service that is going to have demand. Because if you don't understand the customer pain points, you're going to give a product or a services in the market that already exist. And if it's being offered, ask yourself this question: what is the unique value proposition? The second factor that you need to ask yourself or you need to consider is feasibility. Many times when you think of starting a business, we want to start a business that turns heads. But in reality, you need to ask yourself, how easy is it to perform that task? How convenient is it to do that business? Is it practical? Is it realistic? Because if it's not realistic, definitely your business will only be good on paper, but on the ground, it is not realistic, it is not practical, and it's definitely not feasible. So ask yourself, do I get the resources? Can I get those resources? Or let me come closer to you and say this. You want to start a food business and you don't even know how to cook. Yes, and you'll tell me, I'll hire someone to do, to cook and do blah, blah, blah. But in all your life, you don't know how food business operates. Definitely that business is going to fail. Or you've never even cooked and the best that you've done is boiling water. Definitely that business is not going to go anywhere. You want to start a cyber business and you don't know even how to operate a computer. That business is not practical to you. So you have to ask yourself, is it practical to me? Is it practical to you? You also have to ask yourself, the technology that I need, is it easily accessible? Is it realistic? You also have to consider the regulatory constraints that are available in the market. Is it practical to you? Because when you start a business, some require to have a business permit, you'll require licensing. Is it practical for you to start that business and run it and make it a success? Look also at the market dynamics of that feasibility. And lastly, is that business easily implemented? The third factor that you need to ask yourself or you need to consider is a unique value proposition. What sets you apart from the market? What makes you different? What makes you unique? We have to agree that in order to be relevant, you have to be interesting because people look for interesting things. I want you to imagine this scenario. You are born in town. You've never been to the rural area. So one day, you're driving through Nandi Highlands and you see a herd of freshened cows. You have never seen cows or freshened cows, leave alone a cow. So definitely, your curiosity is going to arise because to you, you've never seen a cow. But as you keep driving through Nandi Highlands, you realize that it is a norm to see freshened cows in that area. So definitely your curiosity will begin to diminish. But then all of a sudden, you see a purple freshened cow. Now that is unique. The same scenario applies when it comes to business. There's so many products and services that are being offered, maybe similar to what you have to offer. But ask yourself, what is unique? What is your unique value proposition? It is like playing in a clear blue ocean. It is calm, it is warm, far away from the bloody red cutthroat competition in the market, whereby companies are fighting for dwindling shelf, smaller and smaller margins and visibility in the market. But if you are unique, definitely you'll be able to capture the market, have strong presence in the market, and dominate the market when you know your unique value proposition. The other factor that you need to consider is your personal skills and abilities. And that is why I cannot tell you, because definitely I don't know you on a personal level, and that is why I cannot tell you which business idea to pursue. But I can give you the right tools for you to start, establish, and make a successful business. When it comes to business, ask yourself this: what are your skills? Because the best thing that you can ever do for yourself, the greatest thing that you can ever do for your business is play at your strengths. You can absolutely enjoy what you're doing and make money out of it. So ask yourself, what are your skills? What are your abilities? Because only you has you to consider. Ask yourself, what can you do best? What are your skills, your abilities, your interests, your own experiences, and your own habits? It is very crucial that you build a business around something that you are very passionate about and very knowledgeable about, because this will increase and enhance your chances of not only success, but satisfaction as an entrepreneur and also as a person. Another factor that you need to consider is, do you understand basic business? Do you understand all the functions that make up a simple business? Have that mental picture in your mind. Do you understand what are the roles that maybe an HR can do? What makes up a very simple business? How do you develop that product until it reaches to the customer? You have to have that mental picture in your mind. As I've said many times on this platform, that a business is a profession. And just like any other profession, you require skills, you require to be trained. The same way a pilot, a chemist, a doctor, a nurse, a dentist, and even a teacher is going to be trained to be successful, the same applies when it comes to business. Because even the skills that you have, you need to be able to sharpen your skills so that you can be able to be successful in the market. And I assure you that you'll have to read a lot of very good business books, magazines, read even in blogs, hear about podcasts like these ones about the skills that you need to develop. It can be cash flow management, it can be team leadership, it can be sales, marketing, branding, packaging, all those skills that you need to start that business and make it a success. And the second last factor that you need to consider is think of right now. I always say this: procrastination is the thief of destiny. Procrastination is the spirit of poverty. Procrastination is pride, because what you have been entrusted to do today, you have the pride to think that you'll be given another opportunity to do it tomorrow. Many of us, we always postpone our success by postponing our ideas, by postponing what you're supposed to do today and saying, I will do it tomorrow. Let me tell you something, and I'll hold your hand when telling you this. If you're a lazy person, business is not for you. Because it is always said, business ni kujituma. I always have mad respect for people or business people, entrepreneurs, because it takes a lot of discipline to be able to start a business, establish it, and make it a success. So if you're a lazy person, business may not work for you. So whatever you have to do it right now. Just give it a try. And lastly, just go and do it. Just do it. Focus on what works, and what doesn't, you can hire professionals to do it for you. So give it a try. Many of us, we give up even before we even begin. So just go, do it, try, and have that experience. Just Go and do what is in your heart. Go and do that business idea, because we are waiting for you. You can't be the one who can be giving employment to so many Kenyans out there. So go and do it. So thank you so much for reaching to the end of my video, and I hope that you have the tools, you have the blueprint to start that business, establish it, and make it a success. Bye bye.